Here to weigh in, a Federalist elections correspondent, Brianna Lyman, along with Endeavor PAC founder, Tiffany Smiley. This is your generation. What is it about? What is it about? So you're going into clothes, you go in the store, and you're like, oh my God, look at these clothes. They're awful. We're in a recession.
I mean,
is it mom jeans, dad jeans? What are these?
Look, Charles, I'll be honest. There has been a trend where, like, you buy shirts with holes in them. Like ripped jeans, for example. You're buying stuff that is
and you pay a premium for it.
Exactly. I mean, I think Kanye West a few years ago released a line of like shredded clothing, and people were scapping that up. So I think that when people go into clothing stores and they see, one, how ugly things are, and two, it symbolizes you look good and you feel good. If you look like you're wearing something that's tattered, you kind of feel that way too. You know, depressed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, so my boys shop at Hollister and Abercrombie. They're still alive and well, and prices are expensive there, but they're dropping now with Vietnam announcing zero tariffs. So now those, I told my boys that too, and they're like excited. They're like, yes, you know, about time. My jeans aren't going to cost $57. My mom's not going to make me go work for the money to buy them now.
Right.
Like, prices are going to come down in some of those goods. And I've seen it. My boys had me in there buying a camo sweatshirt. I guess camo's in now. Doesn't matter if you're from the country or the city, you wear camo, and they're expensive, but maybe that'll start to drop with the zero tariffs from Vietnam.
Well, let's talk about those tariffs for a moment, because one poll-out survey showing that Americans are saying that hurts us more than it hurts everyone else. And of course, this is people who don't really know what tariffs are, including most of the so-called experts who go on television. But there's been an effective media campaign, and I think it's an anti-Trump campaign, because Democrats used to love tariffs, you know, not long ago. And what do you make of that, Tiffany? Because here's what I'm concerned about: that Americans waving the white flag and the media help waving the white flag and politicians waving the white flag is only emboldened China, and not just on trade, but militarily as well.
No, you're exactly right. It's a really bad look for our country, and I think we forgot that we're strong here, that we can go through hard times for a longer term benefits. We got to bring back the camo shirts.
Is it the holy shirts? Which one is it? How do we forget?
We got to put on our war shirts and fight for this country, because the forward trade practices actually led us down a very dark path. You know, if career politicians and these financial elitists had it their way, there would be no American manufacturing. Right. You know, we were headed towards bankruptcy and ruin. And I don't think very many people really truly grasp and understand where we were headed. So now we're at a negotiating table where we're going to get deals that actually work for America, American workers and American consumers.
People knew this, though, because that's what they voted for, right? Trump said. But and this is what bothers me, is that Trump said he's going to do exactly what he's doing, but the media has said, hey, this is people are equating this almost to COVID. I'm telling you that when they ask, my portfolio is down. I mean, there are people telling me the portfolio is down. They never even mentioned the stock market to me once in 30 years.
I'm happy you brought up COVID, though, because Americans right now are not able, for some reason, to withstand a tariff war, let alone, you mentioned militarily. If China invades Taiwan, that will force the United States to depend on domestic manufacturing, which we just don't simply have enough of. So this is actually a good opportunity for Americans to double down, invest in their own domestic industries, so that we aren't reliant the same way we were reliant in 2020 and we're struggling with supply chains.
I thought we learned a lesson there. We're standing on the shores hoping that China will send us medicines that we created, that we spent billions of dollars to invent, but we offshored it because it was cheaper. I want to stick with this for a moment, because another sort of story out there is people are saying, okay, you know, we need manufacturing here, but I don't want to do the job. What are you saying to that? I mean, are we just too spoiled? Because we have a lot of people who don't work at all.
Look, I think manufacturing indicates self-sustainability and independence. And unfortunately for Americans, there has been a connotation with media narratives that equates success with white-collar jobs or college-educated degree jobs. So people feel like there is this frowned-upon scenario if you go into manufacturing.
The only place I ever see like blue-collar, I mean, the white-collar is the bad guys in Tyler Perry movies. Outside of that, it's like, yeah, you know, everyone wants a white-collar job.
Well, I don't think that poll really tells the whole picture of what's going on here. You know, factories have been shuttered. Obviously, our American manufacturing has been hollowed out. Jobs have been shipped overseas, and communities have really been left behind.
So do you think if we brought the factories here, people would be lined up for those jobs?
Yes, it would revive communities across this whole country. It would be good.
No, I agree. I agree. It's just, you know, it's just, it bothers me. You know, that video that China put out and all the liberals use.
On TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, it was awful,
of course, on TikTok.
You know, the fat, sloppy American slowly with a sewing machine. It was insulting, and a lot of Americans picked up on it and pushed it out there also.
But like, hard times create strong men and women. that then create good times. And I hope we're in a space now where it's going to be strong men and women standing up and,
Right.
and willing to do whatever it takes to get this country back on track, to lower prices and make us secure on the global stage.
Right, we're gonna have a little
not
fun.
dependent on China.
We're going to have a little fun now, all right? I saw this, and I want to get your thoughts, and I think we'll put it up. A restaurant in Thailand has a unique way of offering discounts, okay? So there's a fence, and the entries into the fence are different sizes. And so check it out. Can you see it there?
Oh, that's
So the real small fence, if you can get through there, you get a 20% discount. A little wider, 15% discount. A little wider, 10%. Now the big one, the big gap, you got to pay full price. Now, I think if I walked up there, they'd probably have another fence.
That's not fair for, I'm a tall woman too, and I have an athletic body. That's not fair, but I like the concept of it.
You like the concept?
Maybe it would work here.
I feel like it's like counterintuitive. If I want customers to come and spend a lot of money, they got to eat. But if they can't fit through the next time, they're not going to want to spend all that money.
I think it must be a buffet, though. Like, I mean, you gotta want
All you can eat.
because to your point, like, I would have like the big one would be the discount in America, right?
Right.
It's like Golden Art. What's the name of the Golden Corral? Like that kind
Yes.
of thing. Like, come on in, bring the family, and tackle the buffet. Come in at noon, leave at midnight, kind of thing. Well, they do things different in Thailand.
Makes
Ladies?
good people watching.
This is something I think would catch on in California. Just saying. All right, Tiffany, Brianna, thank you both very much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.